In this exercise, we're going to work with the calculator program that we worked with earlier in this course, and we're going to modify that calculator by adding methods for all of the arithmetic functions: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So let's get started. We're going to start off by naming our program calcmethods.rb. We're going to start off by writing methods for the four arithmetic operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Let me go ahead and do that now without much extra comment, since they'll be self-explanatory. Now we're ready to use these methods in a program. So we're going to prompt the user to enter two numbers, then prompt the user to enter an operation, and then we'll call the appropriate method for the operation that the user has selected. So let's see how that goes. We'll prompt the user with which operations are allowed. We need to chomp the operation, or chomp the variable that's storing the operation. And now we're ready to write a series of if-else-if statements based on the operator that's chosen. And then we'll have an else for if the user enters an operator that the system doesn't recognize. So we end, and now we're ready to test the program. So let's save and run it. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Notice it's storing as a float since we're converting all of our input to float. Let's try it again. So there's an example of some true floating point arithmetic. Let's try multiplication. And then finally, we'll try division. Maybe a bit more precision than we want, but that certainly demonstrates that floating point division works. And finally, let's test out the bad operator possibility. Put a $sign there, and the $sign is picked up as a bad operator. So looking at the code again, start at the top. We have our four methods, and then we demonstrate how to use them or make the calls in the main program. So what you could do if you wanted to is you could actually now create a true calculator method itself that would then call one of these other four methods to perform the operation desired. I'll show you what a call would look like, and then you can see if you can figure out how to write the method for that. You might write it put s calc 2 plus, just like so. So the calc method would simply run this if-else-if statement, returning rather than putting to the screen its results. Each method would return to calc, which would then return to put s to display the result. So it shouldn't take too much imagination to figure out how to get that method to work, and I'll leave that to you to do on your own. So that wraps up this final exercise on methods, and with that, we've wrapped up the chapter.